Hello. Hello there. How art thou? Welcome to the Randy book stream. Yes. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing a book stream. So, hey, everybody. This is the Randy Brown Every Day is Magic fact stream. FAQ, which is frequently asked questions. So if y'all got some questions about the book, let her rip. Let me know what's going on. I see we have Lucky Chucky, and he says, this is great. Yes, this is great, Lucky Chucky. So you get to ask me anything. It's ask the author anything you want, Chucky. So you are the first up. Lucky Chucky gets the first question. Come at me, bro. Come at me. You know. So yeah, while you're here and formulating your question, I'll ask if I'll answer a few things. My new book is called Every Day's Magic. It is my first published novel. I actually wrote 2 novels before that one. I didn't like those, so I didn't publish them. And they are in notepad format, but they were 50,000 words, and I was just like, I don't know about these. I don't know if I can reform them. Randy, I placed my order. Should I get my book? I should get my book tomorrow. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, the dude. What up, man? Cameo Man 2021, what did you think of writing the first book and putting it out to the public? Well, I have been reading this book, The Now Habit by Neil Fiore. And, Neil in his book says, nothing's ever going to be perfect. Even the greatest movies, even the greatest books of all time have flubs and, missteps and misfires. Even the great author, Stephen King has had a few bad books, and Martin Scorsese, he had Hugo, so nothing's ever going to be perfect. But I decided, you know what? I need to get a novel out there before I buck the kick it or kick the bucket, whichever may come first. But yeah, yeah. Also, not to being up, but a someone on Discord. Yeah, I did. I think I did. Here, I'm going to go to the Discord right now, and I will talk about it. Let's go to the Discord. Let's see what's going on there. But if it's that you bought my book, I saw that. Did you know? Share what you're playing by using the game activity settings. Oh, I will. Okay, let's see. Okay, here. Yeah, dude. That's a perfectly reasonable request, and I will say it. Fears, if you could, don't troll the dude anymore. He hasn't trolled you in quite a long time. So, if you are a true Christian, which you always say you are, do unto others as they would do unto you, and don't troll the dude anymore. Because, and I can also verify that I don't think the dude has said anything to you in quite a while. So there you go. Man, I liked Hugo a lot. I thought the entire movie was going to be based on the robot doll. Unluckily, I thought it was going to be like Child's Play or Chucky, but like a family friendly, like non-stabby Chucky, But I got halfway through that movie. You can tell me the last half, because I clocked out after the last half. Hello, Dankness. Thank you for buying my book. The dude, thank you for buying my book. we got an Ask Me Anything here, and I promise the most epic of can crushes after this, after I am done. Gave me a like. Thank you. I gave you a comment and a like too, Dankness, because yeah. Sorry, excuse me. I just had Chinese food, so I'm a little bit so. Oh man, have to watch the rest. It's a total love letter to old cinema. Yeah. That's cool. And I've been getting into old cinema lately. But yeah, so depending on the reviews and whether or not people like it or not, I have 3 different ideas. One, continuing the adventures of Jerry Benson, the lead character in Every Day is Magic, or continuing the Every Day is Magic series, but with a different lead character. Or I've got a new character called Gemini Jones, which is like a kind of like Sherlock Holmes, like a mentalist type character who solves crimes. And yeah. Now, Fears is going to be celebrating Thanksgiving by himself. And then on the weekend, we're going to go to a place. But me, on Wednesday, which is the day before Thanksgiving, I shall be going to my writers group. Seeing some reviews from people currently reading it, and they're saying it's good. Well, good. Yeah. And like I say, I am excited to see Quentin's review. That's not sarcasm. I'm not being sarcastic. I really want to see what he thought works and what didn't work. And everyone else, I want to see what you like. And, I showed it to my proofreader on Fiverr, and my proofreader said, "I like it, Randy, but you stopped short." And I'm like, what do you mean I stopped short? It's like, well, you stop at the scene, and like, really, there's a lot of plot threads that you didn't tie up. So my advice is not to rewrite it. My advice is to write a few more chapters and wrap up all those plot threads that you left hanging. So I did what my proofreader said. I took the book and I added about 5 or 6 chapters onto the ending. And then he said, "You know what? This is good. I like it." Shout out to Mercenary Man 22. Yeah. Shout out to Randy, the dude, Dankness, and everyone in the chat. The one good thing you can say about Quentin is he'll give an honest review. Yeah, I know. If he doesn't like something, he'll let you know. Yeah. And again, I've said this on the Discord. I said this on Fierce's chat. But yeah, seriously, this is my first novel. Be gentle, I am perfectly well aware I am not Ernest Hemingway or Stephen King. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I'm just trying to put it out there. And there will be second editions. I can guarantee you that. There will be a second editions of almost all my books. There's going to be a second edition of the Little Memory Book. There's going to be a second edition of Quantify and Achieve Your Goals. There's going to be a second edition of the book on comedy. So my works are not complete, I believe it was George Lucas who said, art, is never completed. It's only abandoned. And I'm going to special edition the shit out of my stuff. So there you go. How many copies have you sold so far? I'm not going to be able, I don't know. And I'm not going to be able to tell you until the 1st of December. Because, the reports are monthly. So, yeah, so December 1st, ask me again sometime. Is the second edition of Little Memory Book going to actually be little? Yeah. I talked to the cover guy. And again, that was my first book, so I didn't really know what the sizes were. I couldn't pull out a ruler and just oh, this is 6x9. All right, this is all right. But yeah, he told me 6x9 was little. So I think he must think Star Wars the illustrated books are big, you know. But yeah, yeah, the next one will actually be little, and that'll cut down on printing costs because I won't kill so many trees. And the second edition of the little memory book will have a glossy finish. And again, I do care what Quentin thinks. You know, I believe it was he who said he didn't like matte finish. I believe he said something along the lines of matte finish sucks or something like that. So the little memory book, we got it glossy. We got a glossy cover for y'all. Yep. And every book from now on will be glossy. Yeah. So there you go. And but yeah. And as a side note, a lot of the things that Jerry Benson goes through are taken from my actual life. Like the magic trick in the opening chapter, that happened to me at a bar that is really close to me. And yeah, a lot, you know, I don't want to give too much of the book away, but a lot of it is true. You know, like the stuff in the magic shop is true. You know, the stuff about me in the 7-Eleven doing magic for this one person is true. So there are a lot of, like, it's a very existential book. It's about my life, you know. And to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth. Katie White is actually, the inspiration for Katie White was actually Amy Jo Johnson. So there you go. Yes. Yeah, don't worry about that, the dude. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah. I got an epic can crush. Once I'm done with this can, not this can, this is one I'm working on. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to be crushing an epic amount of cans. Just saying. Just let you know. Yeah. Don't worry about it, the dude. I got it covered. I got you. I got you. And say hello to Pennywise for me, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. Man, Amy Jo Johnson is amazing. Your future wife, LOL. Let me tell you something about Amy Jo Johnson right now. I'm going to say this right now in front of y'all. There were a lot of women that I had crushes on in the 80s and 90s. Like when Weird Science came out, I had a crush on Kelly LeBrock, you know? Like when Batman came out, I had a crush on Kim Basinger. You know, and Fierce knows, because whenever I tell Fierce about the greatest things he's ever done, he talks about Denise Crosby. When Denise Crosby was doing Star Trek, I had a crush on Denise Crosby. But let me tell you something. Out of all the women that I had crushes on in the 80s and 90s, probably Amy Jo Johnson is the only one that I'd still be like, yeah, I still love her. She's still amazing, you know? Like Amy Jo Johnson, she's a gymnast, so she knows like stretching techniques and how to stay in shape and the right food to eat. She still looks awesome. She looks amazing. And, you know, I feel kind of depressed for Amy Jo Johnson because I don't think she got the clout and the Oscars that she deserved, because she's done some really good work in a lot of films. She's directed a lot of films, and I've seen Tammy Is Always Dying, awesome film. And then she's got this movie called The Space in Between. I'm like, I will swallow my tongue to see that film. It was released in theaters, didn't get a DVD release. I would freaking love 100% to see that film. And then I saw her film Lines, which was amazing. I saw her film, I saw that film she was in. It was like a surfing movie. You know, she is amazing. I would even go so far to say that she is more amazing than I will ever be. So there you go. Haha, I will. She's right next to me right now. Oh, Pennywise. Pennywise is there. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's one of those types who has tone work versus other Hollywood folks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really wish I could go back in time, because if I could go back in time, I'd be like, okay, I'm making a beeline for Hollywood. I'm going to be on freaking Power Rangers. Not to just meet Amy Jo Johnson, but to be on one of the greatest shows of all time. You know, I'm gonna review Power Rangers and Sicario, and I'm gonna do that at the same time. Now, a lot of people like Sicario. I think it won a few Oscars. It was very expertly directed by Denis Villeneuve, but I watched half that movie and I was like, I'm out. And then I was like, I will force myself to watch it, and I forced myself to watch it. And the scene at the end with Benicio del Toro, when he finishes the job, that's all I'm going to say about the ending. It's ruthless. But yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like Sicario. And I will tell you the reason why I did not like Sicario. The reason I did not like Sicario is that all the characters sounded exactly alike. Like, exactly alike. There was, like, one of the guys got funny in the bar, but then, like, all the times before he wasn't funny, and all the times after that he wasn't funny. But, like, all the characters, I'm like, and, when you're doing comedy, or when you're doing, like, suspense, the reactions of the characters are crucial, because that is like a photocopy of what the audience will be doing. Like, if you watch Seven, when they find the guy who they think is dead, but he turns out really alive, like, one of those cops is like, oh my God, he's still alive! He's still alive! Now, here's the thing about Sicario. Everybody about everything in this film, here's their reaction. They find a drug house with dead, zombified corpses in the wall, and this is their reaction. Not less than 30 seconds later, one of the main characters gets blown to bits. Blood is spewing out everywhere. There's a severed hand on the floor. This is their reaction. Like, everybody is just stone-faced in that entire movie, no emotion whatsoever. And again, all the characters are exactly alike, And here's the thing about Power Rangers, and why I think Power Rangers has endured, and why I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has endured. Like, each one of the 5 Power Rangers had a distinct personality. Distinct. Zach was the funky one. Trini was the smart one. Kimberly, Amy Jo Johnson, was the materialistic one. Billy was the smart guy. And, like, Jason was like the take charge guys who makes the decisions. And then again, in Ninja Turtles, Donatello was the smart one. Raphael was the rude one. Leonardo was the decider and the plan maker. And then Michelangelo was the party dude. Like, distinct characters. But in Sicario, everybody's like the cold, quiet, stone-faced one. I'm like, okay, yeah. So basically, that is why I did not like Sicario. Like, nobody had any emotions about anything. Like, I mean, like, a gnat could have farted, and that would be the direction for the scene. All right, yeah. You know what? In this scene, your friend gets his arm blown off. He's dead. Just picture like a gnat farting, and let that be your reaction. Be like, okay, go. Yeah, so I didn't like Sicario. Yeah, I think you and Fears went out to Hollywood after college. You could have gotten your foot in the door. Yeah, I kind of do have my foot in the door right now. The thing, after college, like directly after. Yeah, you're right. Mercenary Man, I am actually writing scripts for people. I've written about like 14 or 15 scripts for sitcoms. One of them is a cartoon that actually got produced. It's called The High Life. It's by Breaking Arts. Ralph Michael Brecken did it. And I swear to God, I have worked on other people's projects before and they produce my work. Like in college, there's this guy named Murray Tuya. And you might have heard me mention this contest a few times. I've entered it like 5 times and got like I got honorable mention 4 times, and then I got 5th place 1 time. But me and this guy named Murray Tuya, we did a movie for Arizona Almost Famous Film Festival. It was about a zombie apocalypse. And Murray, he's a mover and shaker, you know, like he got like 20 people in zombie makeup. He like cleared the park out, you know, actual fire trucks showed up because people actually thought people got hurt because the makeup was that good. Like, people getting hurt out here, man. They're doing something. I don't know what's going on. Fire trucks came. But here's the deal about that picture. All right. I wrote that picture as a zombie comedy. All right. And I wrote it. And even one of the most famous, Almost Famous Film Festival actors, you know, their lead actor was in it. And I was on set and I'm like, this is not what I wrote. Like, you guys aren't using any of my jokes. Actually, that's not true. They used 2 jokes that I actually wrote. And I'll give you a hint. When they actually played the movie, I will give you a hint at what the 2 jokes were that everybody laughed at. That's right. Those were my jokes. But they ad-libbed everything. They were like, I don't care about the script. I'll just do whatever the hell I want to. And they ad-libbed everything. They changed around situations. I really, you know, if I could find that movie and like sue Murray Tuya and say, I want my name taken off that because you didn't use anything that I wrote. Hold on. Hold. I'm back. So, like I said, I got rewrote. They rewrote almost the whole damn thing. They kept 2 jokes, and the 2 jokes that they kept, everybody was laughing their ass off at those 2 jokes. Oh yeah, I know you're doing good with Fiverr now. Yeah, and what's cool about Fiverr is I recently got paid $200 off of Fiverr. I wrote a feature-length script for a person. I can't tell you the name of it. I can't tell you any of the plot details. But yeah, I got $200 for writing a script. Yeah, and I did a lot of research on that script too. Yeah. Thank you, Bimbo. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I thank God I found Fiverr, man, because Fiverr has been a good source of income there, you know. I mean, besides actually these lights are getting hot. I mean, it's because it's not like, I don't know. But yeah, Fiverr has been really good to me. And if you want to go on Fiverr, it's Fiverr, 2 R's. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, and I write sitcoms for people. And the thing about writing sitcoms is that I elicit so much information from the buyer that the scripts just practically write themselves. Joey with the numbers. Hey, Randy, my book should be here tomorrow. All right. Did Fears get a book? You should sign it. Yeah, I'm going to, Fears is getting a book. I'm going to order about 25 copies for myself. I get the book at a discounted price because I'm the author. I get the price it was printed at. So I get, the books for me are only $3.75 because, you know, the author gets a discount and all that. But yeah. Who's writing that book I bought? I wrote the book you bought. So there you go. It was Randall. Yeah, it was Randall Down all along. Yeah. Yep. And my next book coming out is called The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic. I'm working on the illustrations right now. They're really simple illustrations. It should take me like 1 or 2 weeks to do. Should have waited for a signed copy. Yeah, Joey, if you want to give me your address, you going to do signed books? Yeah, I am going to sign for a few people. I don't, we'll see. Yeah. If y'all got a P.O. box, let me know. Don't put it in here. Put it in the Discord if you want one. But yeah. I guess you could send me a check or a money order or something. The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic, available in poster board size. Yeah, right. Yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, 6x9 is small. I'm like, okay, like an idiot, not checking it. It's like 6x9 is not small. The second edition will be small. Scouts Honor, promise. But yeah. The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic is coming out. Now, there's only going to be like 14 or 15 tricks in that book, just to let you know. But the first 3/4, the first 3/4 of that book are all going to be on presentation and humor, you know, because the thing about magic is, and I've had people flat out say, man, your presentation is amazing. Like, this is really good, man. A really good magician can take a simple trick and turn it into something amazing. I'm going to do a podcast or like a little tutorial video on this. Like, you can, if you are a good magician, you can take the simplest little trick and you can turn it into disappearing the Eiffel Tower, you know, or the Statue of Liberty, whatever. Set up a PayPal. I'm sure some of us will buy a signed one. Oh, yeah. I will take that under advisement, Joe, with the numbers. Yeah. I'll set up a PayPal. Hell yeah. And I'll even work on my handwriting. Have you ever heard of the Magic Castle here in LA? If that's what I think it is, yes, I've heard of the Magic Castle. Now I have to Google it. I got to Google this because I think I know what the Magic Castle is, because if it's the same as the Magic Castle in Las Vegas. Hold on. Now I got to Google it. Here we go. Let's see what this is. Ooh, damn. This looks like a place I need to go. Was not what I thought it was at all. Dress code. Gift shop. Damn. No, tell me about that. Tell me about the Magic Castle. It's a special club for magicians. It's like a super exclusive thing. LMAO. Yeah, Bimbo. That's what I was thinking. That's yeah. There's a Magic Castle in Las Vegas, and it's not exactly an exclusive club, you know. So yeah, but yeah, I would love to go there. And there's even like a secret society in Everyday's Magic that is kind of like that. But yeah, yeah. My goals for this year: put out 3 books. All right, so already done the first one. I got to put out the next 2 major quick. So it's pretty cool. You have to be a member to go there, and you have to audition and do routines and become a member. Very nice. Very nice. You know, when Star Trek was out, they actually had an officers. Well, Star Trek is still out. When Star Trek: The Next Generation came out, there was a whole Starfleet like entrance exam that you did through mail order, and I did it, and I actually became a licensed member of Starfleet. So that was pretty cool back in my Trekkie days. Like from 1988 to 1996, I was a hardcore Trekkie. I did everything but wear the costume and the ears. I wouldn't do that. Nobody's putting makeup on Randy unless it's for TV. But yeah, and plus, back then, those freaking outfits were hot as shit. And I don't mean hot in a cool, sexy way. I mean hot in like, it's like 1,000 degrees in Las Vegas. And this is like a full-length sweater. So I was like, nah, you ain't putting me in one of those. One of my friends tried it, but didn't pass the audition. Ooh. What's the difference between a Trekkie and a Trekker? A Trekkie is a fan of the original show. A Trekker is a fan of Next Generation and later. So that's the definition. That's the difference. So yeah. But yeah, there's actually a special group in Everyday's Magic. I think they appear around the 6th or 7th chapter. And, you know, another possibility, if people like the character, another possibility is I might do Paul Pasadena. And a lot of the chapters in my book are bookended from a character in the book. Well, not bookended. It's not one at the beginning, one at the end. But I had this psychologist character that I've had for a long time. And there are little bits in the books where Paul Pasadena has like his little case files and, you know, what he did to, you know, help people psychologically and stuff. So, yeah, you know, if you ever saw Watchmen, you know how they got the curse of the shipwreck thing at the end of every Watchmen. Well, that's kind of like what Everyday's Magic has, because there are a few stories that are psychological like essays of Paul Pasadena. And people like that character. I'll give more of that character. So look for Paul Pasadena in Everyday's Magic. And then sometime during the next year, I'm going to be doing a book exclusively on questions. You know, because Fears does this, I do this, and I know a lot of people do this. They ask themselves bad questions. And I've read a lot of books on asking questions, and I've actually figured out a way to get myself out of depression loops that I occasionally, like three times every year or so, I get into a depressive funk, and I found a way to get myself out of those. So I will be giving everybody the new questions that I use to get myself out of these funks. Because, you know, some like back in 2010, oh man, I was a chump. I was like a major just chump. I'm about to hop in the shower, but wanted to say awesome job on the book. Some of the community member posted a page or two and really made me want to get it. Good. All right, Pixel. You hop in that show, man. I'll probably be this one's probably gonna be like an hour long or an hour 30 minutes. So yeah, just hop in, take a quick 15-minute shower, hop out. But yeah, like I said, in 2010, I was not as outgoing as I am now. Nowhere near the level. Like, you could even call me that, like, shy guy who, like, kept his head down in the corner. Yeah, I really came out of my shell. Dude, now that's a topic I would love to do a stream with you about. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. I'm pretty heavy into mindfulness and stuff like that nowadays. Yeah, we could do a stream about that. Well, actually, the dude, do you got some time? Are you at I know you're at your computer, so do you want to come in at all? Are you surprised by the success of this book? I don't know. I didn't really have any preconceptions of how the book was going to do. I was pretty much convinced that everybody that bought the memory book was probably going to buy Every Day's Magic. Yeah, the dude, if you want to stream right now, let me know. Because we could get you in here and we could do something right now. I'd love to have a book club type stream sometime in a few weeks after we get to read it. Yeah, we could do that. I got to keep it civil. You know, just let you know. Because like I said before, I am very conscious of what all the fans say, and like I said, Scout's Honor, the next little memory book will be little. It'll be that big, like that big. And then also Quentin, you told me matte cover sucks, so I made it glossy because you said matte cover. I don't like it. So there you go. If Quentin wants to come in and discuss what he's read so far, I don't care. But yeah, book club sounds good. I like it. Maybe in a little bit. How long are you going to be going for? I'm going to go for another 50 minutes. So yeah, he's right. Yeah. All right. So no more matte finishes. Matte finishes are gone. Glossy is superior. Okay. So from now on, all my books will be glossy font. Not glossy font, glossy covers. So there you go. Yeah, the dude, if you want, I will drop a link. If you want, I will drop a link here. Let me go to invite. And go to the Twitter. Let me go on messages. Okay. Go to the dude. Go to your Twitter, the dude, if you want to. Putting that in there. Oh, darn it. Hold on. This computer is messing with me. Copy. V. There we go. All right. Typing you a message. All right. And maybe we can get Pennywise in here too. Yeah. Okay. So I sent the invite, read my message, and we'll get you in here if you want to. We'll see. So yeah, glossy is superior. Well, I'm glad my newest book meets that standard. So there you go. And glossy actually pushes up the printing price, but only by like 5 or 6 cents. But anyways, so yeah. All right, I'm finishing up a little work right now. You do whatever you want, because I have a thing that I like to call net time, and net time stands for no extra time. So, sorry, whenever I'm drawing or whenever I'm cleaning up my room or driving or might want to have to wait until next stream, but I'll let you know. Yeah, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be here for the next 50 minutes, 50. So, if you can come on in, let me know. So, yeah. So, yeah, Paul Pasadena is a character. Paul Pasadena actually earned me a little clout in the fan fiction community, because the first instance of the character Paul Pasadena actually appears in an animation script that I was writing with my friend Benny Ross. And Benny created this group called, I think he calls them Beasts of Prey now. I don't want to share the other name, but we'll just call it Beasts of Prey. So we were originally writing Beasts of Prey a long time ago, way back in 2007. We actually finished like 15 scripts. Well, I actually finished 15 scripts because they were an animated show. It was about a bunch of mutated zoo animals who, fight to defend the universe, fight to defend the earth from the evil Snake King Sephiroth. And I co-wrote about 5 or 6 episodes with Benny, and then I completed about 7 episodes all by my lonesome. And I actually have them. And again, the old scripts, Benny says I'm not using any of those. And I'm like, Benny, come on, we spent years on this, man. We have 15 episodes. We have more than a season. And you're just going to quit? And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to use those. And I'm like, okay, whatever, man. And, it kind of pissed me off. But I wrote 7 entire episodes by myself. And there was a character in there called Paul Pasadena. And he's kind of like a magician / psychologist. And I think what Benny didn't like is Paul kind of upstages the Beast of Prey in 1 or 2 episodes, I might say. But yeah, we had, and I was, Benny was going off in a totally other direction. Like, in Beast of Prey, the original one, it was like 12 animal characters, and then all the rest of the world was human, But in the new Beast of Prey, everybody's an animal, Like you're like either a furry character or like a gorilla or you're like an ape or a lion or a mouse, like I think it was like all mammals and all primates were characters, and like all cats were characters and mouse and all that. But yeah, Benny has gone on a totally different tack in a totally different direction, and he wants to do it himself. He wants to write, produce the whole thing by himself. And I'm like, Benny, you have my blessing. Do whatever you want to do. It's your characters. But I'm really thinking about taking those scripts that I worked on, like literally, I have a season written in the bag right now. They are complete episodes. The first 6 episodes are like one long arc, and I have it done completely. Like, we even have the series end, and then we have 2 more episodes of the new season. So, and I really hate to see that work go all down the drain. So, I am thinking of taking that idea, retooling it, renaming all the characters, renaming the title of the show, because that was a lot of work. I don't even think writers of actual shows write that many episodes. Like, on a TV show, you've got like a staff of writers, It's not just 2 guys who, like Disney, just wanted to do an entire series. Like usually in like a TV show, there's like like 6 or 8 writers, and they all get together and they all put together 13 episodes. But no, me and Benny, 13 episodes. Or wait, the way it's appearing on your screen is like 13 damn episodes. And I was a little bit upset that Benny said, we're not going to use any of those. We're not using any of that. I was like, okay, whatever. And some of the episodes were pretty clever. A lot of it had the beasts of prey going off into space and traveling to other planets and meeting different alien creatures. And a lot of the alien creatures were creatures that, turned out to be monsters on Earth. Like vampires were from another planet, gargoyles were from another planet, werewolves were from another planet. Like all these mythical characters, they weren't really monsters. They were just aliens from different planets, So on one planet, there's a werewolf race, and, like a vampire race, and, a squid man race, and a merman race. So, yeah. Kind of disappointing, but, whatever. So, yeah, going back to the original topic, Every Day is Magic. It's out there. Buy it now. Or else the Rain Man is going to have to come find y'all. Remember, I after E. Set before C. Word. All right. So yeah. I just thought I'd have a little quiet moment in there, just need a lot of this and need a little bit of that. It's like a roller coaster. You have peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. But yeah. Every Day of Magic is largely based on The Mentalist and my life as a mentalist. So, yeah. So, Joey with the numbers, the dude, anybody, give me a shout out. Let your voice be heard, Lucky Chucky. I'm just going to do random shout outs right now. Shout out to Lucky Chucky. Shout out to the dude. Shout out to Dankness. What up, Dankness? Shout out to Mercenary Man 22. Shout out to Mercenary Man 23. Shout out to Bimbo. Shout out to Joey. And And I think that's about it. So, yeah. So I'm keeping it going. So again, if y'all have questions, now is the time to ask it. And I might do a reading of the first 7 chapters. It'll be 7 different videos, because one of the things about my movies, because I made a lot of short films and stuff and a lot of goofy projects, even before film school. A lot of the things about my projects is, if you don't read my stuff right, it doesn't come out of your mouth normally. That's the thing about my writing, because, somebody will try to read it and, read it in a stupid voice and, be dumb and stuff. But here's the thing. If I read it, I know how I wanted everything to sound. That was one of the things about my scripts in the early days. They're like, Randy, I don't get this. I'm like, wait a minute. Here, give me the script. And they go, okay. And then I read it. And they're like, oh, that's how you wanted it to say. Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. Like, even at my writers group, like 2 weeks ago, they were like, Randy, I don't get this line. They're like, hey, I am doing this. We want 3 trillion million. That's trillion, not million. And they didn't get it. But then I read it to them, and they're like, yeah, we would like $3 trillion by next Friday. And they're like, that, okay, well, now that you read it, yeah, I get it now. And that's been the problem with my scripts for a long time. It's like, y'all don't have that voice in your head that I do, that reads it the way I do. So I might do a personal reading of the first 7 chapters, if y'all really want to. Okay, so we got 38 minutes left. Y'all out there, you want to hit me with some questions? Hit me with some questions now, and go. Hit me. Watch me. Ow. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Randy Brown. How do you know I'm not descended from James Brown, the godfather of soul? Y'all don't know. I could be. How many letters in James? 5. How many letters in Randy? 5. What's James Brown's last name? Brown. What's Randy Brown's last name? Brown. See where I'm going with this? I might be related. You never know. So yeah, it says that one person is watching me right now. That's what it says. But then I get like 5 different comments from 5 other people. It's weird. Because I think like Joey with the numbers, or the dude, somebody told me, if you're watching this on a cell phone, that number isn't going to show up. So like I said, if you're out there, let your voice be heard. Otherwise, I might cut it at 75 minutes. I don't know. I do not know. And a lot of you out there were asking for the stream. You got it now. Don't waste your chance. Don't waste your chance, man. You can ask anything about the book. Sorry, brother. Don't think I can come on this one. Just finishing up work, and then Kelly just put on a show for us. Watch. All right, the dude. I guess that show is more important than this show. All right, I see what's going on. How's the fitness journey going? Not good. But I'm up her in the chat, boy. How's the fitness journey going? Not good. Not good. I gained about like 5 or 6 pounds back, so not doing good on the journey at all. See, I'm like a yo-yo, and I'm like my sister in that respect. My sister Kristen, one day I'll see her and she'll be like 75 pounds, then she'll be 300. Then I'm just kidding, Kristen. Don't get mad at me. But yeah, I'm like her. I blow up, I shrink. I blow up, I shrink. I blow up, I shrink. And I wish I could shrink back down all the way again, because if y'all saw me in 2012 to 2016, I was doing really good. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I was down to like 230 something. And I even have, I took not screenshots. I took like pictures of like the weight, like the scale. And I was down to 233 in one instance. And, then I learned to drive. That was horrible. It's a good thing because now I can get places. But everywhere I drive to now, I used to walk to. Like if I wanted to go to Walmart, I would have to walk like an hour to go to Walmart. Now I can hop in the car and be there in 3 minutes. I hit a personal record on bench press this week. All right. That's right, everybody. If you want to know why the dude is called the dude, 44,464 is because that's how much the dude can bench press. That's how much he can press, 44,684. Yeah. Yo, is this spoiler free? What do you want it to be, Dank Meme Time Machine? I'll answer anything. Let me know. I put up 220 for 3 reps. All right. Whatever you want, Dank Meme Time Machine. If you want spoilers, let me know. I'll give you some spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, I'll just, because I think you can I'll basically just tell you like what's on the back of the book. I don't want book spoilers. Can just watch this later. If you don't want, I did drop spoilers like about 30 to 15 minutes ago. So read the book first, Dank Meme Time Machine. But from here on out, it'll be no spoilers. But yeah. So read El Buco El Firsto and then come back. No spoilers. Haven't gotten my book yet. Give me Ghostbuster Afterlife spoilers. Dope. I can't do that. Because I can't do that for several reasons. And I'm not going to say why. But if you would like, I will give you a Dune review. All right. Dune was by Denis Villeneuve. This version is much more comprehensible and much more visually stunning than David Lynch's work. Now, David Lynch, there's some crazy ass stuff in his movie. And Denis Villeneuve, I'm kind of half and half on Denis Villeneuve. Did you see Ghostbusters yet? That is a secret that I cannot say. I am sorry. All right, I did. Yeah, I did. Dennis is my favorite working director. Well, again, like I said with Sicario could not hold me. I eventually forced myself to watch Sicario, but everybody was just like stone cold, dead face. I know like the team is like a ragtag team, but in every team, there's, one newbie. There's like one person who hasn't been through it, one person who hasn't seen through it. And, even if you're a SWAT team member, or even if you're a dyed-in-the-wool, like straight up like special forces killer who can kill somebody with their pinky, like even then, like if one of those persons sees the body, they're not going to be like this. They're not going to be like, they're not going to be like that. Prisoners is my favorite of his. I have not seen that yet. I will look at that one. Sounds good. But again, like I said, Denis Villeneuve is hit and miss for me. The first Denis Villeneuve movie I saw was The Arrival, because I'm a huge fan of Amy Adams. She is just cute as a button. Amy Adams is awesome, and she's really cool. So I saw Arrival because of her. And I'm not going to tell anybody what the aliens look like, but the aliens do not look like any conventional aliens you have seen in any other movie. And it was shaping up to be a smart film. I thought that, that we were going to be able to decode the little ring drawings that look like, they look like, the ring left by a glass that's wet. I thought she was going to decode that, and she was going to get the language down. But like the ending ended it the way it did, and I was like, okay, I guess that's kind of a twist. I was like, is that it? I was like, yeah, that's it. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I saw Blade Runner 2048, and I was really impressed by that. There was a lot of fan service. There was a lot of stuff that was there was a lot of stuff in that movie that I was very pleased with. It was it brought some characters back that I never thought were going to see the light of day again. And they did a really good job of keeping the visuals like the original, but tweaking it just enough so it looked accurately futuristic. So I was really happy with Blade Runner 2048. The score was amazing. The directing was amazing. The cinematography was amazing. You have Harrison Ford back in the role, one of the roles that made him famous besides Indiana Jones and Han Solo. And I didn't like the original Blade Runner when it came out, but it started to grow on me as I became mature as a man. But yeah, so I saw The Arrival, then I saw Blade Runner 2048, and just like 4 or 5 weeks ago, I saw Dune, and again, I was really impressed with that film. One tiny gripe is the entire movie was yellow. And the only time the movie wasn't yellow is when they had like those little shield things on them. And I thought it was a great little visual twist, like when they're alive they're blue, when they're dead they're red. I thought that was a good little twist right there. I like that. But even Red Letter Media, who I adore, I love Red Letter Media. Rich, Mike, Jay, if you're watching, I love y'all. You're doing a good job. You're doing amazing. But yeah, I love Red Letter Media, where they're on a completely gray set, and they're like, yeah, completely gray is in this year. Didn't you see Dune? It was like, yeah, all the costumes are gray in that movie, But yeah. But Dune was a masterpiece. I hope it makes millions of dollars. I hope it makes billions of dollars, because one of the reasons why I think Dune works is because it's not all this stuff packed into one movie. Because even at the beginning of the movie, it says Dune Part 1, which means if Part 1 is successful, we will get Part 2, and that'll flesh out the rest of the story. And I think, Dennis and the writers gave the initial stuff time to breathe. They were able to explain a lot more stuff because they weren't hampered by the screen time. The problem with the original Dune is that it is a massive attack of information. Like, there's stuff all over the place, just like, it's like, So, Dennis did a really good job on Dune. And then I saw Sicario, and I just told you my views on Sicario. And, for this year, I had like a catchphrase. And the catchphrase for this year was, "What's new?" That was this year's catchphrase. Like, I tried a lot of new stuff. I watched a lot of movies that I should have watched a long time ago, but have never seen, or never seen all the way through. Like, one of the new movies that I watched was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'd seen bits and pieces throughout my entire life, but until like 5 or 6 weeks ago, I'd never seen that movie in full before, ever. So that was a pretty cool movie. And then for the first time, and again, this is another one that I've seen bits and pieces, seen clips everywhere. Just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I watched Pretty in Pink all the way through for the first time. And then watched Sicario all the way through the first time about 2 weeks ago. And I tried to get through The Irishman. Probably going to force myself to watch it tonight. But yeah, Anne Paquin, she's like a chameleon. I had no idea that was her. But yeah, and then let's see, Pretty in Pink, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'm about to watch Zombieland and Adventureland. Now, somebody help me out with this in the chat. Are Zombieland and Adventureland connected? Because I looked at the directors and I looked at the people in the movie and I'm looking at the title, and it seems like those movies are connected by like Michael Cera and like Adam McKay and the director, and like are those the same in a trilogy, or is there, because they're very similar in title and plot and directors and cast. Are those two movies connected? I do not know. I mean, I could do a simple Google search, but why do a Google search when I could have the good people of the chat do my research for me? Oh. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Fears gave me Adventureland. He gave me Zombieland. And then I think I only got 2 more movies that of the Fears DVDs that I've not watched all the way through, at least once. So I've watched the Hangover movies because I thought the first one was stupid, and the second 2, all of those movies promote very bad behavior, and they kind of glorify something that I don't believe in, that, you should just get totally S-face drunk and you'll have all these cool adventures and it'll be all cool. And it's like, no, I have the Hangover parts 1, 2, and 3 in my collection, but I'm not going to watch them. I'm just going to leave them there. Maybe I'll mail them to somebody in the chat or something, or, I'll sell it to Goodwill. But yeah, I don't like the message that the Hangover puts out, Oh, just get totally messed up and slosh and you'll have cool adventures. I was like, that may be true like 10% of the time, but the other 90% of the time you either end up, with an unwanted pregnancy or car crash killing everybody and some kids and stuff. And I'm like, that's not a good message. If somebody came to me and were like, Randy, I'm going to give you like $5 million to direct The Hangover 4, I'd be like, I'm gonna pass because you know, like you're promoting a really bad message there, you know, and rarely does that ever happen. And even if it did happen one time, I don't think it would happen two more times, you know. Like typically when people get drunk, they get really violent, they get really ragey, they do stupid stuff, and most of the time the stupid stuff is not cute, it's not endearing. Like people throwing up on people, you know, car crashes. It's not a good message, you know. And as stupid as Cameo Man is, and as dumb as he does, and you know, even as stupid and dumb as he gets, I try to, you know, besides like the fart jokes and stuff, I try to put good messages in there. You know, like one of the themes of Cameo Man is teamwork. You know, work as a team, set your differences aside, and you and your friends can go on to accomplish something positive. And, you know, that's the theme of Cameo Man, you know, because sometimes Cameo Man hates Cody. And, you know, and the Cameo Man series, when it becomes an hour-long series, and the Cameo Man movies, when they become movies, are based on the duality of technology. And I learned this really, really, really super early on in my life, is that for every good, and here is what the duality of technology is. Here's this principle. For every good that a piece of technology brings into the world, it also brings an equal and opposite bad into the world. You know, like if you think of cars, for example, cars are really cool. You know what? Cars can get you from point A to point B. Cars can take you to hospitals, you know, if you need something. Cars can take you to your wedding. You know, cars can, you know, cars can save lives. You can save somebody's life. They're out in the cold and they're out in the desert, and take them and bring them to shelter and stuff. But cars could equally be as bad, because a lot of cars for a long time were very unsafe. A lot of people used to get drunk. A lot of people used to get killed in cars. You know, some people use cars to do drive-bys. Some people, you know, lock people in trunks and put the car in a lake and hope everybody dies. You know, like for every good that something brings into the world, for every good that a piece of technology brings into the world, it brings an equal and opposite evil. And that has really been the theme throughout the written Cameo Man movies that I have written. And again, I've written 5 separate movies. They're all origin stories. I barely like any of them. But I will do some more readings if y'all want to see those. So if y'all want to see the other 4 Cameo Man scripts and want me to do a reading, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see those new Cameo Man scripts. So yeah. It is 1:13. We're going to keep going for 17 more minutes, and then I'm going to close up. So again, this wasn't supposed to be Sicario chat. This wasn't supposed to be a Dennis Villeneuve chat. This wasn't supposed to be a Paul Pasadena or a Ghostbusters Afterlife chat. Dank Meme wants to see it. This wasn't supposed to be a Cameo Man chat, but if y'all want to see the other 4 scripts, you know, again, anybody put a 1 in the chat. But if you have any questions that are non-spoiler questions out the book, now is the time to let rip. Because y'all wanted this book stream, and I'm giving it to you. So there we go. So what the fans want, they get. And, you know, there might be another short Cameo Man skit coming out. It might star Bill Murray. We don't know. It might star somebody else. Might star Brie Larson again. Who knows? Might star Christina Hendricks or Jessica Chastain. Could be any one of those people. We shall see. But But yeah, if y'all got a question, let her rip, man. Time's running out. You got 15 minutes now. So, but again, a little background on the book. Again, it's my 4th book that I've actually published. Before that, I had 2 other books. And the 2 other books, the ones that I didn't publish, one was called Induction. And Induction was about a man who gets hypnotized. And I later changed the title of Induction to be called The State That Wasn't There. And it was about a hypnotist who was going to hypnotize an entire town. When is book 5? Sometime in December. So look for that. Book 5, it will probably be in December, and it will be called The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic. Yeah. But yeah, the book, The State That Wasn't There, was about a hypnotist who hypnotizes an entire state of people to imagine a big black hole opening up in the sky and sucking everybody in. So he hypnotized the entire town. And everybody, the news stations were abuzz. Everybody's like, well, how is he going to hypnotize the entire town? That's nuts. That's crazy. There's no way he can do that. Even if he does it by TV, still there's people who don't watch TV. Is he going to do it by radio? Still there's people who don't watch radio. And, he can't go door to door hypnotizing people. But yeah, that was called The State That Wasn't There. It's about a person who hypnotizes an entire town. So that's what that was going to be called. And the other book was called Authenticity is Fake. I didn't finish that book. I got really high in the chapters. I'm up to like chapter 17 or 18. Authenticity is Fake is about an NLP practitioner who turns one of his clients into a millionaire on a bet. And you'll notice gambling is a theme throughout a lot of my books. A lot of people bet that they can do such and such and accomplish this goal, and usually they, win the goal and win the bet. But yeah, I actually had a bet with Fears that my book wouldn't be over 114 pages. And I actually won that bet because I think I went to 115, and then I submitted the book to the format guy. And the format guy said, Randy, your book is single spaced and it's in 11 font. I'm like, so what? And he goes, that's not how books are made. Your book is going to be single spaced in 12-point font. I was like, okay, what does that mean? And they're like, well, that means your book's going to be longer. I was like, okay, how long? And they're like, it's going to be 238 pages. I'm like, oh, damn. I guess I won that bet by more than I thought I was going to win that bet, so. And so, yeah, you should do a bet with Fears about the Lonely Ghost if it comes out of this decade. Whoa. Dank meme getting savage. Yeah. Yeah. LOL. That is funny. And that's one thing I want to tell Fears. I got to tell Fears, Fears, if you want to write a book, you can't write just when you have inspiration. You got to write no matter what. Because, and Fears wants his book to be 365 pages like an actual novel. And mine is an actual novel too. I think one of the Harry Potters was only 200 pages. But Fears is like Randy, I want 365. I want to be like Stephen King and write a real honest God novel. Yeah, Mercenary Man, yeah. But yeah, writing a novel's tough. I will not give you guys any illusions. I will not, you know. And one thing you need to do, and this is personal advice from the Rain Man, or the Rain Man, whichever you want to call me. My personal advice, if you want to become a writer, if you want to become a writer, my best advice is to join a writer's group. You know, and for the last 10 minutes, unless somebody asks me a question, I'm just going to go off on this tangent. Stephen Kahn writes books that is in the thousands. Wow, damn. Yeah, and I think the guy who wrote War and Peace, Leo Tolstoy, he wrote pretty long books too. Leo Tolstoy, I'm pretty sure War and Peace is up there, up in the 900 to 1,000 page range. But here's my best advice. If you want to become a writer and you're really serious about it and you really want to do it, join a writer's group. Okay. Now, this does several things for you. Number one, in the writers group that I am in a writers group full of published writers, and some of these people are English teachers. Some of these people write books for a living. I absolutely love and adore and am addicted to my writers groups. Now you're probably writing club with Fears then. The thing with Fears lives an hour away, and that is way too far. But Fears, if you're watching, join a writers group. Do it. I guarantee you will not regret it. But yeah, Fears is too far away. Stephen King. I thought you said Stephen Kong. You put Stephen Kong. I was like, who's Stephen Kong? Stephen King writes books that's in the thousands, it being prime example. Yeah, you were correct. But yeah, be in a writer's group. If you're serious about writing, join a writer's group. Because number one, if you are good at taking corrections, and if you're good at taking advice, and if you're good at giving advice, you will have a blast in a writer's group. I have it's not my writers group, but my writers group meets at the center, and what we basically do in a writers group is typically a writer will bring in about 3 to 5 pages of their work, and we'll all sit at a round table. It's actually square, but we'll all sit at a round table, and whoever came first that day, we get some copies for people. And in a typical writer's group, there's around 3 to 8 people. And the reader reads it, and we read along with the reader, the author of the thing. And then, we just go around and we say, okay. And they give us like 5 minutes to say whatever we want to say. So we're like, okay, I like this story. Didn't like this. I think you should take the comma out there. You got a little repetitious here. I really like this line. This line is good. And, it's really helpful. And, if you're a good writer, and like I said, all the writers there are published authors, and they know what the hell they're talking about. Some of them are MFA in writing. Some of them are English teachers and creative writing teachers. And they give out really good advice, and then you get to give advice to other people, So it's lots of fun. And then again, a lot of writers talk about the same thing, like my friend Jim always takes the that's out. He's like, Randy, you got an extra that in there that you don't need. This sentence works without the word that. And then my friend Darlene, she's all about widows. And if you don't know what a widow is a paragraph with one line that's just one word. And she's like, oh, you got a widow on this line, so you got to take that out. And the reason you would not want widows is because widows pop up the printing costs because they, make your page count a lot longer. But yeah, there's so much fun. You get so much good feedback. And you get the joy of people enjoying your work if they do enjoy it. And then you get the wisdom of, what to work on and what doesn't work. It's an amazing time. And, I was first introduced to writing groups around 2002, 2003. And I had one in Phoenix. I went there every week. I went to, and the one in Daytona, I go every week, and next Wednesday, that is where I'm going to be in the morning. So fun. So fun. So if you want to join a writers group, my advice is do it. Some writers group charges a fee, like dues. It's like $1 or $2 or 50 cents. But let me tell you something. I would suggest just pay the $2, pay the $3, whatever it is, get in there, get in there and do it. Yeah. Now, this next bit of information, and this is what I'm going to wrap it up with. This next bit of information isn't a spoiler, but it will point out something. I talked to my creative editor, who is a person I met on Fiverr, and they said, Randy, the ending's good, but it's kind of anticlimactic. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, you left a lot of plot threads dangling. I don't know if you should stop it right there. And I'm like, okay, what do you suggest? You want me to rewrite it with a different ending? They're like, no, don't rewrite it with the ending. Just go like 3 or 4 more chapters more and just tie up some of these loose plot threads. Whatever these are, just tie those up, So I took my my proofreader's advice, and 4 chapters from the end is where the actual ending was. So, but the 3 or 4 chapters later is what he wanted me to expound upon and tie up those threads. So, and, I wrote a screenplay for somebody. Oh no, I dig a good climax. All right. Just letting you know, I tie up all the threads. He's like, oh, what happens to the mom? What happens to the other guy's girlfriend? So they're all, I was doing one story, a short story at my writers group, and they're like, Randy, this is not from the book. This is a completely different story. They go, Randy, this is ends kind of dark. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I wanted to go with the happy ending, but like, I thought that was just too giving what the audience wants. Like, why don't you just go ahead and just give the audience what they want? And I'm like, okay, well, I'll have it be a happy ending. That was a short story, and in this story, I try to give the audience what they want. I tried to give y'all what y'all wanted, and then we'll find out if I did or if I didn't. So I think I'm going to wrap it up because we got about 1 minute and 5 seconds left. So yeah, my name is Randy Paul Brown. I just blabbed on, blah, 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 for about hour 30 minutes. My name is Randy Brown for Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. I'm also Cameo Man 2021 on Fiverr. If you would like to commission me for a sitcom script or a movie script, you can find me there on that. That's Fiverr, Fiverr.com. Is there a 3 days reference? You're just going to have to read it and find out, Tank Machine Time Machine. But I will say there are a few references that I did slip in there. You're going to have to read the entire book to find out. So again, my name is Randy Brown for Chemio Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. And I will see you later, alligator. All right, bye.